Everybody's quiet. Somebody will ring the bell.
Morning, Mac.
Good morning, everybody. Good morning. Welcome to Tuesday Batavia Rotary. Our favorite Tuesday of the month is Student of the Month. So welcome to all of our guests. We have Holly Daniel is here from CNE, and then Morgan Geltzer from Batavia. So, and as always, Mr. Derrickson and Mr. Glassmeyer are going to be doing some presentations. I think the only other, well, we have Bill Schuler with us. So welcome, Bill. And then Michael Fike is joining us again for a second time. So thanks to all of our guests for being here. I'm going to go ahead and start us off with a prayer, and then we'll do the pledge. God, thank you so much for just this day and for gathering with friends and people in our community. We spent the last week giving thanks for everything that you've given us. Please help us to remember that that's not only one time a year, and that is ongoing with everything you do. So thank you so much, and be with everyone throughout the rest of this week. In your name, amen. Len, would you mind leading us?
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic stands
and one
under God, indivisible,
visible.
liberty and justice for all.
All right, you can be seated. All right, again, thank you, everybody, for being here. We're just going to go ahead and get right into Student of the Month. Mr. Derrickson, you were here first this morning, so you get the honors.
Good morning, everybody.
Good morning.
So this morning, I bring to you a young lady that has been part of your Interact Club for 4 years. She is a cheerleader for Batavia High School. Thank goodness we had basketball last night. It was wonderful. And we won. So that double win there. But Morgan is in the morning for announcements. You will hear her voice every single day, cheering us up, bringing a little bit of joy to what is sometimes difficult days that we're going through. So I hope that you enjoy what she has to tell you as much as I do. Without further ado, Morgan Geltzer.
Good morning, everyone. As you know, my name is Morgan Geltzer, and I'm a senior at Batavia High School. Throughout my high school career, I've had the opportunity to meet new people, help those in need, and make an overall impact in the community. Since my freshman year, I have served as a peer tutor in the Learning Lab at my high school. As a peer tutor, I have been able to connect with different people and help them in many different ways. From a freshman in need of biology instruction to a junior asking for math help, I've had the pleasure of helping my students reach their full potential to excel not only in class, but their future. I am proud that I have been a part of leading and inspiring my fellow students in such a way that they may carry it with them through some difficulties they may face throughout their student career. I am also a current member of the Interact Club, as you may know. Since my 9th grade year, I have been eager to make a difference in the community. Knowing that this world and the people in it will always have a need for help drives me to make an everlasting difference. Having the chance to collect supplies for those in need, clean up outdoors, and serve to the hungry has allowed me to see life and personal struggles from a different perspective. I have learned so much from those experiences, and I am able to apply those chronicles to not only my own life, but also to my continued work in the community. As woodwind and flute captain in the band at my school, I have had the tremendous chance to not only lead my fellow classmates, but also the new and approaching underclassmen. As an underclassman, joining a marching band for the first time can be extremely overwhelming. Not only do they have to learn the foundation of marching, but the music as well. As a leader of my section, I have been able to guide and instill confidence in all members of my band. I've successfully promoted unity between my section, and those members collaborate and communicate with each other positively and effectively. I serve as a role model through my caliber as a leader and my ability to overcome approaching obstacles in a professional and positive manner. As captain in my band, I ensure that everyone works together in a positive way that allows for a memorable and successful year. Regarding my future, I plan to major in biology. I am currently undecided in which college I would like to go to, but I know I would definitely enjoy the college experience. From there, I plan to go to medical school to learn to become a doctor of emergency medicine, where I believe I would like to travel to a country that does not have very many doctors. Thank you. Oh, sorry.
Yeah, listen to that.
We met earlier. Again, my name is Ed Murray. Been a Rotarian for probably since you were born, many, many years. And is she not the perfect Rotarian or what? I mean, you cover all the bases, you know. Internationally, we do a lot of things internationally. We're certainly involved in our local community here, trying to do good, trying to make it a better community. And before we go any further, would you like to introduce your mom?
Yes, today I brought with me my mother, Sheila Geltzer. And yes, right there.
And Mom, thank you for whatever role you've had, and I'm sure it's been a big role in helping Morgan achieve what she's achieved already at such a young age. And we just, of course, celebrated Thanksgiving, and we all have a lot to be thankful for. And as was mentioned earlier, it's a very difficult time as well. People of all ages, your ages, even people my age, are having a very difficult time. Sometimes they don't even know it. And it's makes your role as a leader even more difficult. And all of our students of the month that I can ever remember were great leaders, great people. But this year you have an added burden because of what we're going through with the virus. There's so many more things you have to do and not as many ways to get things done. And so we thank you as a Rotarian for what you do for your community, what you do for your school, what you do for the underclassmen, you know, setting this culture that they will enjoy for years to come. And we thank you for the type of person you are. Physical toughness has limits, mental toughness does not. And you obviously are an example of that with what you've accomplished and where you're going. We're just very, very proud to have you as Student of the Month, and we congratulate you. We ask you to keep up the great work. And for commemoration purposes, we have a Scholastic Achievement Award for you, which you can keep. We have a port here, memory port. We also have a gift certificate for $50 to Cheesecake Factory.
Oh, wow.
Hopefully they stay open for a while. And we have what we call an honor cord. You can wear at graduation, just showing you were selected as Student of the Month. And I hope you will wear it with pride because we present it with much pride.
I will.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much for what you've done and what you continue to do.
Thank
Congratulations.
you. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Let's get a picture.
I think I'm ready. You're ready to go. We're gonna do it then, on either side of it.
Okay.
I will.
We got social distance.
Yeah.
Mom first. Barb, did you get yours? All right. Great. Congratulations.
Awesome.
Thank you.
Thank you.
morning. Thanks for having us once again. I look forward to this as much as you do because I get to brag about one of the exceptional students that we have at Claremont Northeastern, and today is no exception with senior Holly Daniel. She is an incredibly well-rounded young lady who I think has made the most of her high school experience. She has been involved in soccer, cross country, basketball, track, the National Honor Society, the Leo Club, which is going to be very similar to the Interact Club. It's the junior version of the Lions Club, as well as the band, where she plays saxophone and has served as our field commander for the last 2 years. I asked our band director, Mr. Moore, to share some thoughts about Holly, and if you'll indulge me, I'd like to read what he wrote. Holly served as the field commander of the Marching Rockets during the past 2 seasons. She has also gone above and beyond by assisting with younger members, taking attendance, helping with loading the trailer, and showing the initiative to start rehearsal when an emergency occurred. While being the pinnacle of leadership in the Marching Rockets, Holly was also an active member of the cross-country team and soccer team. She was able to skillfully manage and prioritize all of her obligations. Holly's contributions to the band go far beyond what is expected of a band member. This has been a year like no other. I have no doubt that without Holly's leadership, it would have been a much more difficult to have a successful marching season. And I think that's the thing that stands out the most to me about Holly is her leadership abilities. It is incredibly tough to be a high school student and to be a leader among your peers. And our band, most years, this year's was a little different, has 100 kids. So when you're talking about standing in front of 100 kids, leading them, that is incredibly tough. That would be tough for most adults to do, let alone a peer. Our world needs more people who want, like Holly, who want to be leaders, who want that baton. We need students who want to put themselves out there, who want to be successful, and who want to lead. And we have been truly blessed and lucky to have Holly these last 4 years, and I know she is going to do great things in her future. So, ladies and gentlemen, Holly Daniel.
Hi, thank you for having me. Yeah, I guess I'm a leader. I'm in charge a lot. I don't know. People like to put me in charge for some reason. I'm the field commander of the best band in the land. I'm the captain of the basketball team, and I was captain of the cross country team, so I'm thankful for that. And after high school, I plan to go to Xavier to study chemistry, and I'll see where life takes me after that. Thank you.
Well, congratulations.
Thank you.
Again, just so impressive what you've done and what you're doing. Your commitment to your school, to your fellow students, to your community, your leadership abilities. I have a special place for band people. My kids were involved in band many years ago. I know what the commitment is for band. And I know it's got to be difficult to be able to march and play music, but to do those two things at the same time is incredible. If I tried to do that, it would not be pretty. I'd probably break my neck. I know I can't play music, and trying to do that while marching is just unbelievable. Again, would you like to introduce your mom?
My mom, Pam Daniel.
Hi, Pam. Thank you for your contribution to this wonderful daughter that you have. Again, we're very, very thankful. Just went through Thanksgiving, and we're very, very thankful for people like yourselves that are making our community better, making your school better. And we had a speaker at Rotary a couple years ago. His name was Carlos Sanchez, and he kept emphasizing it's not what you've done, it's who you are. And basically, it's who you are that has allowed you to do what you've done. You're obviously a very, very strong person. And those are the type of people we need now, especially with what's going on in our world. And as I mentioned before, it's a tough time to be a leader. You have to find new ways to lead. We can't be together as a group most of the time. We have to do things differently. We have people that have different problems. So again, as part of Rotary, we thank you for what you do, for making the community better, making your school better. Wish you the best of luck at Xavier, and keep up the good work. We have for you also the Scholastic Achievement Award, the memory port.
Thank you.
And we have a $50 gift certificate to Olive Garden. And I
Thank
believe
you.
it's good at other restaurants as well. And of course, we have the honor cord, which is the right color for your school. And we hope that you will wear this with pride. We certainly present it with pride.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Congratulations and good work.
Thank you.
And we'll have a picture.
One more.
Hold on.
And then I'm going to ask Mr. Derrickson to step in. Make it difficult. Everybody can step out onto the airport runway behind me. All right, up here first. Go ahead. Wonderful. Thank you so much.
All right, Holly Morgan, we're going to carry on with our meeting, so you're welcome to hang out and be with us for the rest of the time. But if you have school to get to or other activities, feel free to get up at this point and excuse yourselves. Thank you for being here. Congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you.
All right, and for everyone else that's hanging out, we have a few things of business to get to. First thing I wanted to make sure everyone was aware of, we had our first inclement weather last night. Wanted to make sure everyone was aware of the rules for attendance, or I guess for us having the meeting, and correct me if I'm wrong, but we follow Batavia's school schedule, correct? So if Batavia is closed, our meeting will go all virtual. I think, and we'll talk about this at the board. I didn't think about this till just now, but I think moving everything virtual and still having the scheduled meeting, but everything online instead of in person if Batavia is closed. And then what happens for a delay? We have a meeting normal time. Okay, so any 1 hour. Yeah. Anyone? Yeah, that's right. I just asked Keith to, make the decision before 7 o'clock rather than at 7:25. Okay, I appreciate that. So 1 or 2 hour delays, normal time. If it's closed, it's going to be all virtual at the normal time, 7:30. So make sure everyone is aware of that. Vic, I'm going to call on you. I was able to take advantage. I know we've been sending out emails about the food pickup at his church, the Farmers to Families Initiative, and I was able to get one of those boxes last week, and it went, or my wife was, I should say. I was working, but everything went super smooth, so we were very appreciative. There was a lot more in the box than I ever anticipated. I guess there were some issues with the truck yesterday, but I didn't know if that was going to be rescheduled later this week or go again next week.
Okay, you want me to comment on this?
Yes, please.
Okay, anyway, we've had this part of the CARES Act. It's a Farmers for Families food. And what it is it's the number one objective is to help farmers in our supply chain. Farmers are not able to really get rid of the production that they have for restaurants and other, for resorts and that type of thing. And so they're stuck with creating this food, everything from dairy to everything else. And they had to kind of throw it away, or it just really messes things up. But a solution was to find a way to give it to the public and to give it to needy people. So through friends in Washington State who found this particular program in Ohio, they contacted me with LifeNets. That's the nonprofit that we have, and asked if we could do something with it. And we thought, well, that's great. At our home office in Milford at Park 50, we have a warehouse, we have a forklift, we have a nice big snaking, parking lot. And so for 3 times now, we've had this truck come, and it brings 1,250 boxes of food, which is all individually packed. And there's a gallon of milk, there's meat products, there's cheese, fruits, vegetables, fresh things. It's very nicely done. It's ready to just give to a family to help out. And so we just were wondering how this would work out. So we did. And we distributed the first time from about 4 to 6:30. We had a lot of people come. I let people know in my neighborhood. I let you know it's a club. And then the next time Seth came, we were out in 45 minutes. We started at 3:30. And by 4:15, 1,250 were gone. We had, shelters come. We had, other organizations come and also pick up 20, 30 boxes. But that's still a lot, 1,250. So that went very, very fast. And then the third time, we got it. But yesterday, in a way, I'm glad the truck didn't come because the weather was absolutely awful outside. It's been just very, very difficult to get. But what happened is there was a problem with the dairy yesterday. They weren't able to get the dairy, and so they canceled that. But we're kind of at their mercy to let us know when they will do that again. We're supposed to be getting a truck. We're supposed to. I don't know. Every week until the program ends, which is December 31st. So I will let the club know about this. And then when you do come, pick up a box for yourself, pick up a box for your neighbors. If you have, needy people in your neighborhood, who want to have 5, 6. I'm not sure what kind of limit we put on. I think we had a limit of a number of boxes, but it wasn't a very high limit. And pick them up and to distribute them to people in your area. So we were excited to do it because 3 times now we had 1,250 boxes. The value of each box is about $45, and we figure that so far we have distributed over $150,000 retail value of food. So that's the report.
Awesome. Thank you. Appreciate that. And it is a lot of food. So my wife and I are still eating on it from last week. So much appreciated. Moving on, birthdays and anniversaries. No birthdays or wedding anniversaries. We do have one Rotary anniversary. Mary Jane, I believe, is coming up this week or before our next meeting. And I believe it was 2009. Is that what the spreadsheet said? Sure. So 11 years. Congratulations, Mary Jane. It's been wonderful. Yeah. Unforgettable, that's for sure. So congratulations, Mary Jane. Thanks for everything you do for us. And leading into that, recognized last week, we recognized Mary Jane, Brandon, and Nicole with Paul Harris Fellowships. And that is very well deserved. So thank you, everybody, for that. And I did want to mention along with that, we do still have our matching Rotary Foundation matching opportunity going on. So that is going to be throughout the end of the calendar year. But as we are in tax season, if you are looking for areas to donate, our club is going to be matching up to $100 per individual member in contributions to either the Rotary Foundation or the polio fundraiser that's being matched by the Gates Foundation. So,
or half and half if you so desire.
Yes, yeah, you can split it up any different way that you prefer, whatever your passion is. So, but we are doing that up to $100 per individual in the club. Mary Jane, do you have an update off the top of your head? I didn't ask you this beforehand. So, do you have an update of how many people have taken advantage of that? Roughly 7. Okay. So we still have money left. It is first come, first serve, but we are looking forward to getting everyone on the board towards a Paul Harris Fellowship. I know I think there were 11 members out of the 25 that had not participated, if I remember correctly. So looking forward to getting everyone on the board and on their way to that. Along similar lines, I forgot to mention this 2 weeks ago, and that was my mistake. Nicole, we had done a fundraiser at City Barbecue for World Polio Day on October 24th, 5th, I think, is when we actually held it, or no, October 23rd is when we actually held it, the day before World Polio Day. What was the final amount? Or Mary Jane, you could probably tell me. I think it was just over $100 that we raised for that. So $107 and change, I believe, is what it was. But we did split that. We gave a portion to East Side. I talked with them, and I think Mary Jane is sending them. I don't know how she's working it out, but we did send them a portion of that. So thanks to everyone who participated. It was the $500 minimum for 20% of net proceeds, so we barely cleared that. So wanted to thank everyone, and that's going directly to World Polio, and then it is being matched 2-to-1, so that equated to over $300 from our clubs. So great news there. Let's see, what else do I have on the agenda? Oh, I was going to ask our Rotary sign updates throughout Claremont County. Do we have an update on how that project is going, or if there's any help needed?
We do. I've got all the signs. I've had them for a couple of weeks. Been waiting for a good soaking rain, or in this case, snow, to soften up the ground.
Okay.
And I'm pretty confident I'll have them in there by Tuesday.
Awesome.
We don't meet for 2 weeks, but
Correct.
I'll have them in the ground by the end of the week.
Do you need any help with that, or do you have a team assembled?
I think I can handle it.
All right.
I appreciate it.
Well, if you do need help, let us know. We can get an email out to the club. So I'm sure there's plenty of people, myself included, that would be willing to go out there with you. Great. Brandon, I was going to ask you for a update on Wrapping Claremont, if you wouldn't mind.
Okay, so Wrapping Claremont is still going on this year. It's just a little modified. We are, as a club, every year we get grant money. Part of our giving to the foundation comes back into our district for us to use. And so we get grant money and we match that. So this year, instead of buying movie tickets, because not everybody's going to the movies, we're buying Fandango passes, which allow them to purchase movie passes to go to the movies or to stream movies. So it's still the best of both worlds, and it still fits the criteria that we've always had. So that's our modification this year. Also, we're doing the baskets again. That's a huge hit. That's been expanding this year. Milford High School is one of our biggest participators, the DECA program from Great Oaks. They're always wonderful, but they had to really pivot this year because of the pandemic. They got Milford Miami Police Department, I believe, to help do baskets, and I think they still came up with like 75 or so baskets, which is pretty awesome, really awesome. And then other organizations too. So baskets are going to be delivered to Christian Help Center on Saturday this week, and I think there may be a need to still get somebody to help transport her. So if anybody's interested in helping to transport those, there a lot of them are at our church. People drop them off there. We just need to get them down to CHC by Saturday. Not as many volunteer opportunities this year. I don't think we're going to be doing the put together the team baskets like we have in the past. But I think we're doing really well for a crazy year.
Awesome. Thank you. What time on Saturday would transportation be needed? Do you know?
I think anytime this week it can be done.
Okay.
So if you're interested, just let me know, and then we'll go from there.
All right. Awesome. Thanks.
Where is CHC?
Right on Main Street in Milford, or I'm sorry, in Batavia, like Main and Market.
Cool. Thank you. And then I'm going to call on somebody else as well. And I don't know who the best person to answer this is. Probably either Peter or Mac. I got an email, and I'm still catching up on a few things from when I was out for a few weeks, but I got an email from Susan Wilkinson and also a few emails from members here in the club that about points. And there's a request for Batavia Rotary to consider donating points. And maybe this is more of a discussion for our board, but I'm not super familiar with the points program. Peter and Matt, can you kind of expand on that? And if you had extra points left over, how that would go about being donated for, because I have had a few members email asking that question.
Well, I will say that points are generated as the club makes contributions to the foundation, and they accumulate over time. I don't recall what our exact balance is. Do you, Peter, for the club? You're muted.
I don't have the current number. No, there wasn't. There was a couple of thousand points that we had.
So what the district is doing is trying to accumulate as many points from clubs, from members that have points and so forth as they can, because they are running also a matching points program. For $100 or more, they will match up to $500. So that's one thing I was going to mention at the board meeting. We may have an opportunity if somebody has donated $100, we've matched it, to have the district match that again with their points. So that's what the points are about. We accumulate them. They're right now doing an audit of all the points that are stored up. We have some clubs that have maybe 17,000 points. And Frank Scott, our foundation chair, is asking for those points back. Does that answer your question, Seth?
It does. Thank you.
What are the points worth?
The points are worth, one point equals the equivalent of $1 donated to the foundation. So if we've donated $1,000, we have 1,000 points, and that would be the equivalent of essentially a $1,000 donation to the foundation. Or one of the things that the foundation is doing, and the reason they're looking at matching, and the same reason we're doing it, is they want those points income to the foundation, because just like any of us that in the last week or two or a month, although we're not doing it as frequently perhaps, have gone into the gas station to fill up your gas tank. You're doing that because you're out of gas and you need more to keep going because you're using it up. The foundation is exactly the same way. They have money going out for grants, projects, and so forth. So every year they need to keep putting that gas in the tank, or that money in the till, if you will, to keep the foundation going. So that's why they encourage the matching to the points.
Great. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. That was something that was a little past my wheelhouse. So maybe we'll talk about that more at our board meeting after this and discuss some other options. So appreciate the update. Let's go ahead and move on into Happy Bucks. I'll go ahead and start, and then we'll get the people that are joining us virtually to see, and then I'll go around the room. So my Happy Bucks this week are for, obviously, Thanksgiving. I got to see some unexpected family, and we had some great, I guess, family reconciliation, which was unexpected but very needed. So grateful for that, grateful for the students of the month, and then also just the holiday season is one of my favorite times of the year, and snow on top of that. I'm a snow person, so thankful for all of those. Anyone online that would like to share?
Yeah, Vic. First of all, I'd like to say that I really appreciate the virtual meeting, because you find out all kinds of little things that you maybe don't even find out in a club, but to find out about Seth's little one, the 1-month-old. So that was kind of interesting to hear these little side conversations. Also, I'm very happy for our Farmers to Families food program, that I really thank the club here for coming. And I hope that when we have the next one, that you all come, And we advertise it for 4 p.m. for the public, but you can come anytime after 3 o'clock, and for Rotarians and other people, we wanted to give special priority. So please do that. And then also very grateful to have Mike here from Florida. He's living now here in this Cincinnati area, and he's here for schooling at Ambassador Bible College, which is the same location where we had the food. And we're very grateful to have him here. He's been a long-time Rotarian, has been president a couple of different times, and Paul Harris Fellow and other things. So we're very grateful to have him with us here. It's just a real honor for me to have someone in my work, be a fellow Rotarian as well. So that's my Happy Bucks, and I'll send them to you via PayPal.
Thank you, Vic. Anybody else?
Let's see. We had the opportunity to have our family together, even though they're in different places. Thanks to Zoom, we had a Thanksgiving, and electronic Thanksgiving, so to speak. and 4 generations of folks, of which unfortunately Jean and I have become the senior generation, but what the heck. It was a wonderful Thanksgiving, and it also reminded me that family is the keystone of what our society is, and Rotary has done a great deal to help the concept and the implementation of family life. Thank you all.
Thanks, Peter. Linda?
I have a big happy bucks, 2 big things. Same as Peter, we did a Zoom Thanksgiving after played games with the grandkids, lost. Grandma was the big loser of the thing, but the other one is my granddaughter Emily has been chosen at Notre Dame to be an internist working on a team with NASA on an astrophysicist thing. She wants to be a astronaut someday, and we're really proud of her, and she is very, very happy. So proud grandma here.
And how old is she?
She's 20.
20. Wow, that's incredible. Congratulations. Mike?
I'm very happy to be here in Ohio and working for the church and learning a tremendous amount. Just a tremendous experience. Very happy and thankful for that.
Awesome. Well, we appreciate you being here and jumping in and joining our club for the last couple of weeks. So thank you. Anybody else?
Yeah, I'm
Mike.
pretty. Did you turn over to Mac?
Yes, Mac. It's all you.
Well, I'm pretty happy. I'm pretty happy we're here together. I'm pretty happy that the sound is awesome today. Thank you, Brandon, and whoever else worked on that. It's very nice. And Thanksgiving was wonderful. Friends and family mean so much, and it was nice having a great Thanksgiving dinner. Even though I didn't have to cook at all. And the kids are going through so much doing home learning, and Noah's all has been home learning, and he's doing some advanced mathematics above his grade. So I've been trying to share knowledge with him. So I found the perfect way to teach him math. I went to the internet and Great Courses Plus because I don't remember all this stuff back from way back when. But I've started something with him and figured, he needs relaxation, needs to get away from all this stuff. So we started movie night once a week. And I picked some of my old classics, E.T., Extraterrestrial, and this week it was Short Circuit with Johnny Five. So he loved them. They're oldies, but goodies. Nicole, you may not have even seen them. But if you have any recommendations for movies for 13-year-olds that would really be enjoyable, send them off to me. Let me know. Thanks.
Awesome. Thanks, Mike. All right. If nobody else, I will.
I have a question.
Yes, sir.
It is not immediately apparent. You said you can make the contribution through PayPal. Presumably that's to an email address. What is that email address?
Not through email. Nicole, I believe there's a link on our Rotary page, and then you've also sent the link out a few times.
Yeah, Peter, it's there is a button on the Rotary website that you can click on the button and it takes you right into PayPal, and you can donate that way.
Well, there's always somebody who doesn't get the word. I presume as I've been around for a longer time, I'll learn. Thank you.
Yes, and there are a couple other ways to give as well. You can mail the payments to the P.O. Box in Batavia or to Mary Jane's office, and she will get those taken care of. So thanks for bringing that to our attention, Peter. All right, I'm going to make my way around the room. Who else is happy? Mr. Len.
Just happy that we always have a great turnout. Thank you.
Yes. Ed.
One for each student and one for remote start and heated seats in the car.
There you go.
I'm a little behind, but just thankful to be here and thankful for our students. It's good to see the students again.
Awesome. Thanks, Tony. Jennifer?
One for each student, one for Thanksgiving, and hoping that Christmas doesn't stress me out.
It won't. It's a happy time.
It's a happy time.
For our students, for a great job from Ed. And my big, I guess I'm happy for this on to the Rotary Leadership Institute started tonight.
Awesome.
Awesome.
Thank you very much. Yeah, appreciate that.
My son, Harry Cooper the fourth, has announced his engagement. There might be a Harry Cooper Snyder the fifth someday.
That's awesome, man.
Yes.
I'm going to do virtual PayPal.
Oh.
Well, actually, Barback among the living.
Yes.
Our band, Michael, we've got I'm just thankful for our Board of Education. These are the trying times in school. We have an amazing Board of Education. Keeping school open has been no small feat, but there's a lot of work that goes on behind the scenes, and a lot of work that the board does. The sport means support all our teachers and all our staff. In the district, we're just happy to be able to keep in person learning from the long can. So thanks to Barb Michaels.
Awesome. Thank you.
Barb?
All right. Well, I have recovered from COVID and had it November the 8th, the week before and after, and happy to say that my sister canceled the appointment with Ed.
Yeah.
I'm glad that's
Welcome back.
Ed said he's patient, don't wait a few years.
Just thankful for the students and for a good Thanksgiving. Thank you, appreciate that, all the work that you're doing. It's people, I don't know that people really realize the stuff that's going on behind the scenes. Also, for my $2, you know how they say your kids nowadays, they come back at some point in time? Well, I've got one living now and the other one's moving back.
Yeah.
Yes,
enjoy it.
Last but not least, Mary Jane.
Just to let everybody know this COVID thing is real. My whole family had it, not me, but my daughter, my son-in-law, my grandson. Yes. And thank you for taking school. One phone call and you go from sitting at your desk to virtual learning. So even though he was quarantined and sick, he did not miss a day of school. So thank you to all the wonderful jobs that the schools are doing to help the students through all this crap. So it is real, folks.
Yeah. Awesome. Well, thank you, everybody. Did I miss anybody on the computer? Okay. Sheila, do we have someone joining us in a couple weeks?
Do not.
Okay.
I was going to talk about this board meeting.
Okay.
I think I sent something out. I was thinking we would do a holiday type event.
Awesome. We'll talk about that here in a few minutes then.
Social distance approved event that day.
All right. Fantastic.
I have no idea.
No problem. We'll come up with something.
Creative to help.
Great. Well, does anyone else have anything for the good of the group? Any other orders of business? Michael?
You know, normally this time of year, we have distributed the dictionary, thesaurus, thesaurus to the Constitution, but we've decided to delay that till the spring, given everything. Even if we're still doing some type of, masking and social distancing at that point, we've figured out a way, at least I know at Batavia, that we can still do the distribution. So we worked with Clermont Northeastern on that. But Tony and I will kind of keep the club abreast. We did receive the grant money for that project, so we want to continue to do that. So.
Very good. Thanks for the update. Brandon did mention that to me, and I apologize. I did not forgot to put that on the agenda. So thanks for bringing it to our attention. Anyone else? All right. If not, we're a few minutes early, but we'll finish off with the four-way test. Other things we think, say, and do. First, is it the truth? Second, is it fair to all concerned? Third, will it build goodwill and better friendships? Fourth, will be beneficial to all concerned.